Well, Delores Walker. Her nickname is Lollie. Everybody knows her as Lollie. And she was born in 1923 in Harlem Hospital. And she gave birth to me in 1947 in Harlem Hospital. And my dad was born in Harlem Hospital, so we're the Harlemites. And she made it 100 years. And she grew up in 143rd Street. She grew up in 143rd Street as her husband, who she married, Snookie, grew up in 143rd Street. Same block as Althea Gibson grew up in. They all kind of were with each other. Althea was younger, and my mother went on to Wadley High School here in Harlem. And my dad and her married, and they founded the Sugar Bowl, or they bought the Sugar Bowl in 47, converted from a Jewish-owned sundry and soda fountain place to what everybody knows to be the Sugar Bowl. So she was a really strong faith believer. So the organization she belonged to were more church connected, and then she had a little social group called On the Town, and she traveled this world. She's been everywhere in the world. Unbelievable. She went to China one time. My father and her went to China with Y.T. Walker. She went to Ethiopia before Calvin Butts died. So that's who she is.
All right.
She's no college grad, no PhD, doctor, nothing like none of that stuff. She just helped my dad run his business, and she survived all. She survived everybody. So that's about all I can say.
Yeah, so my name is Kenneth Perkins, and I am a nephew of Delores Walker, her nickname Lollie, and it come upon my Aunt Lollie and my mother were best of friends, and her name was Alice Brown. But anyway, I would come from Maryland up here to the Sugar Bowl, and at that time the husband Snookie was living, and so with that we learned as time went on about the history of the Sugar Bowl, of the Harlem Renaissance. So they were a part of the Harlem Renaissance, and all that come about the basketball team, which one that he started in Harlem. He was one of the starters of that, and so with him being influential in people's lives at that Sugar Bowl in that corner helped start a whole lot of people here in Harlem. So he had someone there that was behind him, a little lady named Delores Walker, and she helped continue the tradition and his legacy and his ideas and what he was trying to do. So at 100 years old, she's still doing it. So we thank God for all of that he's done and is going to do in her life.
Yeah, well, I remember Miss Walker and Mr. Walker Snookie from when we first moved into Riverton, and then got to be friends with Ronnie and Sidney, and we remained friends all these years. And then when they moved to Shriver's Row, I used to see Mrs. Walker every now and then. And I used to go to the Snookies Sugar Bowl when I was a teenager. That was my hangout. Yeah, but it's good that Mrs. Walker is still with us, you know, celebrating her 100th, and I'm very honored to be invited and to participate. Yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Miss Walker.
Hi, my name is Yasmin, and I am Dolores' best friend, Alice's granddaughter. So I didn't find out until recently that she really was not blood related, because that's how Aunt Lollie has been, just always Aunt Lollie. I spent summers growing up here in Harlem. I live in Maryland, but coming to spend time with my grandmother, always having time with Aunt Lollie and her sister Elaine. I could always guarantee that on Christmas and Easter, I was gonna get one of the best Easter baskets from them sent to me. And during the summer, we had tea parties and lots of time to just kind of enjoy luncheons. And sometimes they would let me sit in on the planning of their trips. So I'm super excited and grateful that I get to be with her to celebrate this momentous occasion, her turning 100 years old. I love her so much. She means so much to me and so many people. She truly is a Harlem staple.
Snookie. He had a team back in the day, and we would play for him. And we would go with all the tournaments that they would have, and then we wind up back at the Sugar Bowl, where they would give us hamburgers and malted milk. And of course, all the girls came in that place. That was the hot joint. And then we go up to the Borscht Belt too and play against the Jewish guys up there and a lot of Irish guys that were on the team, because they didn't have black players up there in the Borscht Belt in those areas. One of the joints was called Brickman's, which doesn't exist anymore. So Snookie had all those contacts, and as I said, he would get some of the best players in Harlem, like Herman Taylor, Ed Warner, who had played at City College, Floyd Lane. They had won the NCAA championship in 1951, and so it was a great experience playing for the Snookie, John Walker. That's my contact with the wife.
My name is Darnie Beckles. Ronald Paul Walker and I are graduates of Cardinal Hayes High School, Bronx, New York, class of 1964. I met the Walker family, obviously, when I was in high school, and they were the owners and operators of Snookies Sugar Bowl in Harlem, 137th and 7th Avenue, and it was an extremely popular hangout for young people, and it was the place to be. And Mr. Walker was a long-time basketball coach back then, and I'm proud to say that Mr. Walker was inducted into the Harlem Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. Mrs. Walker has been just a lovely lady. Always gave me a positive sign when I was in high school and the rest of the time, okay? A few years ago, I was at her house watching the Super Bowl, and that was the year the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl.
What a beautiful gathering. My name is Stella Heiliger Mulatu, and I work for Kristen Richardson Jordan, the City Councilwoman for Harlem District 9. I wish I could stay here all night and celebrate with Ms. Walker, but unfortunately I need to move along, so I'm gonna present this certificate from the City Council for her, and I'll just read it for you, all right? It's a certificate of appreciation for Delores Walker, and it says, "You are a very special person, and not just because you've lived 100 years. You deserve 100 standing ovations, one for every year you've brought countless moments of love, joy, support, compassion, and wonder to so many lives and your community. Wishing you many more years of good health, overwhelming happiness, amazing grace, and perfect peace of mind. Happy 100th birthday, signed Councilwoman Kristen Richardson Jordan." Congratulations.
My name is Paul McIntosh. I am the former librarian of the Wadley Secondary School, now known as Wadley School for the Performing and Visual Arts. But when Ms. Walker attended the school, it was an all-girls school. She and her classmates, Hilda Raj, Ms. Rodriguez, and another gathering of ladies from that generation annually gave out scholarships to graduating seniors from Wadley. This one particular year, I met them all in the library, and we were talking about some of the concerns and some of the aspirations that they had for themselves and for those young people. And as a result and consequence of that conversation, I subsequently videotaped them talking about some of their aspirations and their hopes and desires and designs for these young people. So that was my initial visit and involvement with Ms. Walker. Fast forward today, I have the privilege of being in the presence of a gathering which seeks to embrace her essence, her beauty, and all that she has given to her people, her generation, and so that's why I'm here.
Hi, my name is Greg Mize, and I am a dear friend, and Ron is a dear friend of me. We live in Washington, D.C. together. He's the godfather of my youngest child, Charlie, now a young lady. And Charlie lived over in the same building that Ron and Lollie live in or lived in. And I'm so happy to be here on this very special day. Hey, I've been standing on the dance floor in the fun room, let's call it, and seeing her dance at 100 years of age with person after person. I think that's why she's lived so long. She's got a lot of vitality and she knows how to kick in and have fun.
I am Elizabeth Patton. I have known Delores Walker most of my life. They lived across in 2235 Fifth Avenue in Riverton, and I lived in 2170 Madison Avenue. And I've known Ronnie since we were about 6 and 8 years of age. And that's it.
Oh, I've never been someone shy until I see your eyes. You know I had to try. Oh yes, let me get my words right and then approach. I wanna treat you like a man is supposed to. You know I had to try. I know everyone can relate when they find a special someone, and she's all yours, yes, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moves to her own, can she dance? She has the qualities of a queen. You're a queen. Ooh, ooh. But her natural beauty, I need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen, Delores. You're a queen. Yes, I am. I know the king and queen crown same time, so I'll never leave your side. Stick with me through trial time. Oh, but she says she no mind, 'cause right here no good money's hard to find, and she can't nobody no join the line. That's why she has no ties at this time.